So I want to talk about moving through emotional pain. So this evening I was reminded of a lot of pain that I have experienced in my life, and it was actually quite a gift because I have been working on creating this video and working through what I do to work through emotional pain. And I have worked through this a lot in my life. And so I'm going to share with you the techniques that I use and have used even tonight. So the first part is, okay, let's go. So you have this painful experience, this painful emotion that's attached to an experience, right? So feel it. Don't try to hide from it. Don't just fucking feel it. Like, feel the emotion. Cry if you need to cry. Let it out. Just feel it. Like, don't try to ignore it. Just acknowledge, okay, I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling pissed off. I'm feeling mad. I'm feeling let down. I'm feeling disappointed. I'm feeling the range of emotions, right? Just feel it. And then I want you to ask yourself when you can let it go. Because maybe you're actually done with playing that habit loop of feeling that painful emotion. So maybe you need to let it go. Maybe you already know you need to let it go. So ask yourself, say, okay, am I ready to let this go now? And if you think no, then okay. If you think yes, then okay. If you think no, then say, okay, so am I ready to let this go in 10 minutes? And be like, okay, let's see how this goes, right? Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's a day. And in that time frame, feel those feelings deeply. And then at the end of that time frame, go back to it and be like, okay, am I ready to let this go until that time is now? And then when you are ready to let that go, you need to acknowledge that you're ready to let it go. Like, I'm ready to let this go. I'm ready to let these feelings go. I'm ready for different feelings to come into my life. I'm ready to experience happiness again. I'm ready to turn this experience around. And the next thing I want you to do is find one good thing that has come out of that painful experience. And this one might sound pretty hard. It could be that you learned compassion. It could be that you learned you've learned how resilient you are. It could be that you've learned that there's always another chance. It could be that you've learned to help advocate for those who don't have a voice. It could be that you've learned to speak up. Find one good thing in it. Find it. And hold on to that. And the next thing I want you to do is move. Get up. Get up, get up, get up. Go and take a walk. Go for a run. Do some stretching. Like, move your body. Like, get out of the emotion, right? And make the motion to relieve the emotion. And then I want you to do something good for someone else. It can be a neighbor. It could be a neighbor that you've not even met yet. You know, buy them a box of cookies. You know, do something nice to someone, for someone else. Help someone in with their trash bins. Do something specifically to help someone else. Go volunteer at a homeless shelter or at a soup kitchen, or see if there's a canned food drive that you can help donate to, or, see if there's a boys and girls club that you can volunteer at. See if there's, something in your community that you can contribute to that needs help. So use that emotion and that resolve to help you move to the next step and to help someone else. And this is how you get through emotional pain. It's not just like a one-time affair. You might have to do this again and again, but this is how you work through it. You feel it, you ask yourself if you're ready to let it go, and when you're ready to let it go, you say, I'm letting this go, I'm opening up to something new. You find one good thing from it. One good thing. You have to find something that makes you feel empowered. And then you create motion and movement to let that stuff go. And then you help someone else. This is how you get through emotional pain. This is how I get through emotional pain, and it helps. I've definitely gone to therapists, and there's a lot of great things that can come out of that. I've also learned that I can feel the pain, but I can't wallow in that pain, because I won't ever be able to keep moving. I won't be able to keep growing in the ways that I want to grow. And I know that by suppressing the pain, that doesn't help me either. And so wallowing in it and suppressing it, neither of those help. It's like the two extremes. So finding that middle point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna feel it, and then I'm going to keep going. That's the sweet spot. And eventually, you start to change the habit, right? So you start to feel those painful feelings rise up, or you get triggered somehow, and then that the habit loop starts. And by doing this, you will start to change that habit loop so that the next time you get triggered, like me this evening, then instead of you going into this kind of like too much, too pain, too much kind of space, you go into the space like, okay, I know what to do. I totally know what to do. I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna say, okay, am I ready to let it go? Okay, I'm gonna let it go. And then I've learned tonight that that I know how to work through this. And then for me, my part of then helping is sharing what I do to get through stuff. So creating this new habit loop that is empowering and helpful to others. That's how you get through it. All right. I hope that this is helpful, and I hope that my hope is that you are able to move through the experiences that you've had, so that you are able to grow and to contribute and to love. All right. All love.